No, 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 comrade. Cannot use that. Why not? It's forbidden. Alright, fine. How about... Oh, no, you cannot use that either. I can't use that either. Fine. Let me think. Ah, I got it. How about this? Star Citizen. By now, if you're any type of space game fanatic like I am, probably seen videos of it on TikTok, YouTube, or even watched a stream or two of it on Twitch. You probably thought to yourself, that is a very in-depth game. Or by now, you've probably even seen some of the videos talking about the cost involved with it. Well, I'm here to tell you that those videos can be deceiving. My name's Mason Viper, and welcome to my kind of unorthodox intro guide to Star Citizen. I want to go over a few things that some of the other intro guides don't necessarily go into. So by now, you have undoubtedly gone and looked at the RSI website and looked at the game packages and thought, oh my, what have I got myself into? Because yes, there are packages that range from $45 all the way up to tens of thousands of dollars. And yes, you guys can't see it, but there is in fact a $48,000 package. I know you're all sitting there going, oh, wow. In order to see that package, you have to be a high concierge level. That's a story for a whole nother video. But don't worry, you don't have to spend hundreds of thousands to play the game. You can actually start the game with just a basic Citizen Starter package. If you want to start with just the basic $45 package, that will suit you perfectly fine. I guarantee you. All of the ships you see here, all of the ships, if you go onto the ship page, all of these ships here, with only a small select few, I would say a good 95% of the ships that are available, with the exception of ones that are still in concept or some of the very, very high level ships that are hull limited, basically 95% of the ships you can buy in game with credits that you earn in game. So you're probably saying, well, why do they offer them on the website for sale then? So periodically, there are wipes. This is still a game that's in development. So has different systems get added in. And when systems, I don't mean like solar systems. I mean like game mechanic systems. As new systems get added in, every now and then they have to clear the slate, so to speak. And when that happens, everything gets reset to what you only own by your hangar. Your hangar being your hangar here. So it's only by what you own. Some people, when that happens, like to have that extra little edge to immediately get back to high earnings, be able to have lots of money again so they can go out and repopulate all the ships that they had originally. So they like to go and be able to instantly make a lot of money mining or salvaging. So they'll like to go through and get an industrial pack that they have a salvage ship and a cargo ship and immediately be able to go make lots of money really fast. Or be able to go make a lot of bounty hunting really fast. Some people like to hit that starter package and grind. And that's perfectly fine. Either way works. I know for myself, me and a couple friends, we are getting ready on one of our alternate accounts to do a 0 to hero where we are going to start with that $45 and we're going to be recording it all. We are going to start and grind until we can get to a higher level ship. Just to show that, yes, it is possible. Because we know it's possible. So yes, you don't have to go for hundreds and thousands of dollars. You can actually just start with $45. It is possible. I have friends that's all they've spent. So don't be discouraged. If you see all of this and you look at all these prices, don't worry. This is all you actually have to spend right there. This is all you need to get started in Star Citizen. So once your game is loaded, you are going to be met with a screen very similar to this. Main difference is you are not going to have anything here. You're going to have a little message down here that is going to say to unlock your friends list, pick your primary residence. Go up to the persistent universe, you're going to click it, and instead of seeing this, you're going to be met with this. This is where you're going to be making your second major decision in Star Citizen. That decision is going to be your character creation. Now, if you thought character creation in games like EA was in depth, you have not met character creation. This game has character creation that is on par with probably, I would say, Hollywood level character design. Case in point, this is basically what I look like in real life, with the exception of my beard is fuller than that and a lot more gray. But you can go through, you can create extremely detailed versions. You can adjust every little parameter you want. And then when you're completely done with it, this is where a lot of people forget a certain step. Before you hit accept, go over to load and save. Type in the profile name. I don't have to type it in here. But once you've typed it in, hit save. The reason you do that is every time there's a new update, it'll reset and you'll see the default character pop up. But if you go straight to the review stage, you'll see this and you can just click on it, hit load, and then hit accept, and you'll go straight into this. Now, the next thing it's going to ask is, mine's not going to ask because I've already done it, is it's going to pop up right here and say, play tutorial. If you are a new player, I highly recommend you play the tutorial. There are two reasons for this. The first reason is that it does cover some really good things that you'll need to know as a new player. The second reason is that it gives you a free set of light armor. And that is actually a very good thing to have. Now, after you say you're going to play the tutorial, it's going to give you the option to choose where you want to put your home location. This is going to be your third big decision. Now, you're going to see 3 different systems. You're only going to be able to choose Stanton. Now, that's because the tutorial is only set up for Stanton. Now, in future, once you've completed the tutorial, so like on the next update cycle, you can go to Pyro or you can go to Nyx. Depending on how comfortable you are with the game when the next patches come out, you might toy with one of those. just know that Pyro has no rules. So if somebody kills you, you can't press charges. That's a lawless area. Nyx is kind of somewhere in between lawless and not lawless. But there's only one place that you can really go in Nyx. While you're still a new player, I kind of recommend you stay in the Stanton area. Now, as far as where to choose in Stanton, there are 4 places to choose from. The first is Hurston, which would be Lorville. Now, Lorville is going to be your dystopian kind of industrial area. Everybody that lives on Lorville works for Hurston Dynamics. And they kind of work everybody to death. Everything is very dirty. It's not the nicest place to live. Second place is going to be Area 18. Area 18 can best be described as cyberpunk. It is just very futuristic. Everything's condensed. The entire planet is a giant city. It has it has its benefits. It has its drawbacks. Your third place is going to be Orison. That's in the Crusader system. Orison is Cloud City. It's all on floating platforms on a gas giant. It is very beautiful. The downside is if you don't have a high-end PC, it will kill your frame rates. Final place is New Babbage, which is where we are going to go. It's where I've already set mine. New Babbage is where I recommend most new players go. Now, I will say this. New Babbage and Orison have the same type of hangars. Those are AeroView hangars. They are very nice hangars. We're going to get into hangars here in a second. Lorville and Area 18 both have self-land hangars. They're more of like an industrial hangar. Now, once we get into the game, I will show you the hangars. I will tell you, when you do the tutorial, you are not going to wake up in the hangar. You will wake up in a hab. The only other times you're going to wake up in a hab is if you are staying in the game, but you log to the menu and like jump to a different server to log in on, say, one of the servers your friends are on. Otherwise, if you're just getting straight, if you just launched the game and you go straight into the game like I'm going to go right now, you are going to wake up in your hangar. That is by design. They've made it so that you just spawn straight into your hangar now. So we are going to spawn straight into the hangar. Now, the benefits for AeroView hangars is they have alcoves for storing vehicles and small ships, or how I like to do it, decoration. Because these are personal hangars, decorate your hangars. And you can only decorate the hangars on your home spawn. If you try to decorate hangars on another area, you will lose whatever you've decorated with. Okay, so now we spawned into the hangar. Now, the first thing I'm going to tell you is you all can see my chat off to the left-hand side. Tutorial does not tell you this, but F12 gets rid of that annoying chat. So, I am not currently wearing it. So if you go over to these are your inventory menus. I am going to show you I'm going to show you the armor that you actually get from the tutorial. Forgot that I took it off. I apologize. So that is the armor you get for doing the tutorial. This is why I recommend doing the tutorial. Otherwise you would not get this armor. It is light armor, but you know what? It's free armor. So I recommend getting it. Free armor is still good armor. I am not going to wear free armor. I have other armor. that other armor? There we go. Just going to quickly throw on my armor. Now I'm just going to show you a couple quick things of note.
Welcome to the
So I am going to pull out that Mustang Alpha. That is most likely going to be the ship that most people start with. All right, a couple things we're going to go over that aren't gone over in the tutorial. So, under reputation, if you're going to do box missions and delivery missions, this is where you're going to look at. For some missions, you're going to need to know these. If you're going to do missions that pertain to major events, like right now, the Alliance 8 event, look under contracts. The Alliance 8 event is the priority events. To track those events, you're going to go to your journal, which they do tell you to look in the journal for the tutorial. To track those events here. Now, for contracts, as a new player, you need to be aware of certain limitations. So if you're going to go and look at like hauling missions, this is a really, really easy contract. Main thing you need to be aware of, this contract is 6 SCUs, 6 crates. If you have the Mustang Alpha, first of all, this is how you access where your crates go. This is where your crates go. This will only hold 4 SCU. So if you're going to do those type of contracts, just know you're going to have to make a couple of trips. Another thing you want to know about the Mustang Alpha, if you're going to do like bunker missions to go clear bunkers, and you want to do loot and like bring stuff back with you, if you press and hold the F key, you look at loot and storage, you open up the storage, this is where you can have internal storage on the ship in order to store items. Like if I put my backpack in here, that's how you would access it. Now, if I am correct, there is a second one over here. Yes. So this actually has 2 separate internal storages. So if you want to bring back goodies that you find along the way, like a little loot goblin like I am, that's how you do it. Close up this. So if you want to do those type of contracts, that is a great way to earn money quick. Do the hauling, the light hauling ones. Another easy way is to do delivery missions. Okay. As you're seeing, I can't scroll down right now. If that ever happens, just close it out and hit F1 again. Wow, it is just... Or do like I did there and just switch it over. So these are single packages. Just know on stuff like this, anytime you see wreck site, know that you are going to be encountering some form of a hostile NPC. It's going to be either, if it's in space, it's most likely going to be a ship. If it's on the ground, it is most likely going to be hostile NPC pirates. Tutorial does not tell you to buy any weapons. I am going to tell you in the tutorial when it tells you to go to the Kelto in the very beginning and purchase something, buy yourself a tractor beam, a multi-tool, a tractor beam attachment for the multi-tool, a C-54 gun, some magazines for it. I would recommend about 12. And then, although it never tells you to do this, when it tells you to go down the stairs to the metro loop, instead go across the way next to the stairs into the hospital and go into the pharmacy. Go into those terminals and grab yourself some med pens and a paramed device and refill. And I will show you what those look like. First of all, grab yourself one of these multi-tools. And the multi-tool device, which I can show you, I apparently do not have attached to this one. I have attached to that one. On. Okay. The multi-tool attachment will look like that. It'll be yellow. These are the med pens I just mentioned. So we'll grab a couple of them. This is the paramed device. Looks like that. This is your medical device. So if you get injured, this is what will treat you out in the field. This is your C-54. That is going to be your primary weapon. You'll definitely want to get this. You may also want to look into getting a sight for it. To start off with, just get the Gamma Duo 2X hollow sight. And then, as I said before, I recommend getting some magazines for it. You can just double click it, and as you see, it'll attach them there. This is because if it sends you to a wreck site that's on the ground, you are going to need a weapon. The other thing you're going to need is to grab yourself hydration. I recommend Cruise. Doesn't matter which flavor it is, just Cruise. The reason is, right there, it gives you hydration and nourishment in one. So instead of having to carry something to drink and something to eat, this takes care of everything at once. I highly recommend you have some of those. As I said, get yourself a refill for the paramed. Then you're going to want to carry some extra med pens as well. You need to look at yourself for anything. F4 takes you to third person. If you hold Z, you can pan around. So this is basically kind of how you want to have yourself laid out. A multi-tool with a tractor beam, a medical device, some ammunition, some med pens, and your weapon. This is how you want to get started. This is how you want to not die in the first 30 minutes after the tutorial. Now, once you have completed some contracts and you have a little bit of money, I'm going to show you where you need to go to progress after that. Once you come back to your hangar, you're going to go back to the terminal. Now, another thing. Notice I'm walking slow, and then I can speed up and slow down. Your walking speed is controlled by your scroll wheel. So if you scroll all the way back, it's a walk. Scroll it up, it's a jog, and then of course shift is a sprint.
Hi.
Now, the difference is, if you're at a walk, you can still hit shift and sprint.
Well, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoy your time in New Baggage.
So if you come over here, which if you remember right, that over there is where your vehicle terminals are. So if you come over here, you'll notice an area called the Regal Luxury Rentals. Now, first of all, over here is a little mini Kelto. So if you ever need to get extra hydration or anything like that, the only things they have here are extra Cambio canisters. We can get into that in a later video. But you will notice they do have crews here. It's a different flavor, but they do have crews.
Everything good?
Hello, and welcome to New Baggage.
They also have some different foods. They have fuses. They do have med pens here if you need to reload your med pens. They do have Pico penguins. I'm just going to tell you right now, get one of each because you can put them in your ships. It's a mascot. But what I'm going to show you over here is this area right here. Once you've got a little bit of money doing contracts, you want to come over here. This is where you can rent ships. And you can rent them for 1 day, 3 days, or a full week. So if you've got some money built up, come over here, and this is where you can start renting stuff. So like if you want to rent, say, a 300i. So the big difference here is a 300i can carry 8 SCU. So if I got this, I can start doing those 6 SCU cargo container contracts and not have to make 2 trips. I can make them in 1 trip, and I can do several of them. I can then therefore go to 8 SCUs and make those trips as well. And I actually have one of these that I own, so I can show you what that ship looks like.
Hello, and welcome
But
to
you can rent that
Capital City of Blackrock.
once you've gotten up to it, and then you can start running those contracts. And then you just go up from there. And that's how you build on it. Then you get a little bit more, and then you rent one of the larger cargo ships. And there are, at every single station, I shouldn't say every single station, at every single planet, there are those cargo, or those ship rental places.
Welcome to the
All of them have different ships. So you can rent different ships at different areas. So like, for instance, if you go to Orison, you can rent some of the Crusader ships, which include some of the large cargo ships. You can rent the C1 and C2 cargo ships, which are much better cargo ships. So I'm not saying you can get locked into cargo either. You can also rent combat ships. You can rent mining ships and go mining, or salvage ships and go salvage. So there are other gameplay loops, and you can rent the ships to do those gameplay loops. So this is what I was saying in the very, very beginning of the video. You don't have to go buy large game packages. You can buy the $45 game package with the Mustang Alpha, and then use that to build up the in-game currency, rent ships in-game, build up the money in-game, and then go buy those other ships in-game. So like this ship, in case you didn't notice, on the thing in here, it does not show it as being rented. This is not a rented ship. Now, I'm going to level with you. The main reason is because I do own this one. But if you notice, it has a larger cargo bay. Now, I will say the benefits to owning this one is it is one of 2 ships, well, technically the entire 300 series class, so it's like 3 ships. But the 300 class and I believe the others is the Redeemer. They have one ability over others, and that is this right here. It can provide you with sustenance. Yes, this will make coffee, and it will actually allow you to drink the coffee for hydration. The Redeemer actually provides you with a stocked mini fridge. I also see that my trophy has fallen down. So back up. So yes, the one benefit to owning a 300 is you can customize the interior by adding appliances, change the materials, change the coloring. You can pick the outside paint. So there are some benefits to owning certain ships. The 300 is the only one you can customize. But like I said, you don't have to buy it. You can buy just the $45 Mustang Alpha and just build off of it and buy whatever you want in-game. You know, my brother plays the game. My brother started with an Aurora, and he actually upgraded his Aurora to the 325, I believe it was. But he has also purchased 4 other ships completely in-game. So he's only done one thing outside of the game. Everything else has been done in-game. I have another friend who has only done the Mustang Alpha. Everything else he's done in-game. And he's done all the way up to a Reclaimer, which in-game is, I think, 40 or 50 million. But he started small, worked his way up to renting a Vulture, went and did salvage, because that's what he wanted to do. Salvaged his way up through rentals until he got to enough to buy the Vulture, continued salvaging up, and eventually got to the point where, yeah, he managed to buy himself a Reclaimer game, and that's all he does, is he just does salvage, and ended up having enough to buy his brother a Vulture and a Reclaimer in-game. So there are people out there that just start with just that single $45 ship and build massive fleets off of it. And that's all you got to do. You do not have to spend a bunch. You can start off just that one little thing. One of the biggest things you need to do for Star Citizen in order to enjoy yourself is, like I said, 1, test out a little bit out of all the gameplay loops. So I recommend try an intro cargo mission, try one of the intro bunker missions, do one of the intro bounty hunter missions, not necessarily a PvP one. See what appeals to you, because there are a bunch of different ones. The other thing that I highly recommend for an enjoyable time in Star Citizen is get involved with an organization. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of orgs out there. And yes, you can enjoy Star Citizen solo, but I can tell you, if you get in with an org, you're going to enjoy Star Citizen so much more. You've enjoyed this little mini intro into Star Citizen. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask down in the comments. I will try to get to as many as I can. And yeah, if you have any comments, this has been my first video outside of some little shorts. I used to stream a long time ago. I'm hoping to get back to it. So I'm very, very rusty, as you have most likely have been able to figure out. So if you have any critiques, comments, please fire away. I'm open to them. But I thank you for spending some time with me. Hopefully this little intro into Star Citizen has helped you a little bit. If you've been on the fence, hopefully I've helped you decide to come join us with Star Citizen. And if you have, my referral code is in the description. If you use it, you'll get an extra 50,000 aUEC in the game. That'll help you use towards that rental ship that you can start running that cargo. And of course, right now, if you're watching this right now, February 12th through the 23rd, I believe, of 2026, it is currently a free fly event for Star Citizen. So if you use my referral code right now, you will get an extra set of armor, which is, I believe, medium or heavy armor. So that is an extra special bonus. But yeah, I really hope this helps. I hope this has persuaded you to come join this game. It is an amazing game. If anything, come join us for the free fly, because you will get extra ships that you can try out aside from that Mustang Alpha. So you'll be able to use those to earn a little bit extra money. And you can experience some of the bigger ships and, yeah, have some fun. Come join us in the verse. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments. If you want to send me an invite in game and join me, it's the same. My gamer tag is the same as it is on the channel. Send me an invite. Come join me. I should be on most of the weekend. And yeah, thanks for joining me on this little intro into Star Citizen. See you out in the verse.